What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hardcore S&D, brought to you by BG Podcast. I'm your host, Saint.
I'm Dangle.
That's
And
right.
that podcast is sponsored by Retro Space. Don't forget to use that code SAND, S-A-N-D. Get sandy with it. Get yourself some retro space. Get yourself looking fly.
Oh, yeah. We'll be having a whole new store coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Baby.
We'll have a whole clothing line, shoes, women's clothes, men's clothes, kids' clothes, everything.
Head
Just
to toe
wait,
retro.
dude. New year, new podcast, new site, new me? Question mark?
New you.
You know, do you have any New Year's resolutions, man?
Just be a better me.
Better
be
you,
more
huh?
productive with myself. Be more.
Mine was to stop drinking, but
Mine was to stop drinking, then I kind of gave up on that, and
as long as we're not
I turned it into a
excessively-
motivational thing. I turned it into where I'm not going to quit drinking, but I'm going to stop drinking like I was. I'm going to cut back. I'm not going to get...
Makes sense. Makes sense. You know, honestly, I feel like a lot of New Year's resolutions with, like, even, I mean, wishing, it's kind of like wishing, right? And I feel like it's almost like wishing or prayer when you, like, wish upon a star and it comes true for some reason.
Yeah.
I honestly think that when you're doing that, I kind of think you're just subconsciously working towards that goal,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like, all of a sudden it happens because, you know, when you're day to day, you're kind of on autopilot a little bit. And then all of a sudden, if you're doing things right, you know, things just happen. Like Bliss, right? I mean, it was all of a sudden, it felt like it blew up overnight, but then...
Yeah, you think back on it, you're like, oh,
Holy
shit,
shit, no, we
it really
worked our
was.
asses off for
There's
the
a
last couple
lot
of
of
years.
steps to get here.
Dude, oh my goodness, dude.
A lot of people, a lot of steps.
You know, I think one of my wishes, or you know, I guess wish would be full sustainability for the earth.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And, you know, the only way I honestly think we're going to get there, one of the major ways, is bug protein. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but, I mean, even one little cricket has more protein than a steak.
Yeah, I agree with you. I 100% wholeheartedly agree with you, but I feel like it's going to be hard to get these people to...
I know, and that's why we just have to already make it, have it really good, and then offer it to people.
Kind of like they did with the like the
Impossible
Impossible
meat,
Burgers
yeah.
and shit, like they did at Burger King, where it was like, oh, it's social experiment. Like, try these two burgers, which one's better?
Yeah, basically, and I honestly think people would love that. You know, actually, I'm pretty sure we still have a caller on the phone, Sam. He's actually one of the hosts of another podcast here at BG Podcasts, Hobos on the Roof. Yeah, if you like sports and you like things like that, definitely listen to his stuff. He's on all major platforms as well. Awesome, dude. I think we have him on the line. Sam, are you there?
Sammy,
I was wondering when I would get the call.
Hey, there he
There he
is.
is.
What is that,
How
my
are
friend?
you?
Good. How about yourself, bro?
I'm doing just fantastic. I've been,
Just
you
living
know,
life.
doing my old hobbies, sports analytics, or looking back at NFL film and breaking down plays, doing stuff that I love to do.
That's
Nice.
good, man.
Doing
You're in
everything I
college
always
for that
do.
right now, aren't you?
I am. Actually, it's not for that specifically. That's more of a hobby. I'm in college for psychology. So,
Oh, nice. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you switch your major?
I did switch my major.
Ah,
Yeah,
awesome. Okay. Dude,
Good
smart.
shit,
Nice.
bro.
That's cool.
I mean, you can be any profession and still coach football or coach a sport. It doesn't
Oh,
really
of
matter
course, bro.
what
As
your
long as you have a
profession is.
degree, that's mainly what they look for. Unless you're going for like a very specific career,
Yeah. No.
all they look
Yeah,
for
exactly.
is a degree.
That's-
Yeah.
It's all just showing, hey, I
That's
went
the
out
whole
of my
point.
way. I can do extra work. I can actually put myself towards something and complete it.
Well, yeah,
That's basically
yeah,
what
exactly.
a degree is.
No, that's true. I mean, 100%. I mean, I kind of feel like, I mean, even to an extent, school is kind of a, unless you're trying to get something specific, like, you know, if you're trying to be a psychologist, obviously, you need,
Right, you're
or a
gonna have to have a
doctor, you need to
psychology
go.
degree,
But I feel like a
exactly.
lot of college degrees are kind of a sham, honestly. I think they kind of tricked a bunch of young people to get all this debt, which is weird. Do you know
It
an
is.
18-year-old can't get a $10,000 business loan, but they can put themselves in a $200,000 plus student loan,
yeah.
which will be paying off for the rest of their lives? What kind of messed up stuff is that?
Dude, it's a crazy percent too of like how many people go to college that don't even work in the field that they went for
Oh, yeah.
college for.
Most
Sounds
of the people I know
absolutely ridiculous.
no, I mean, honestly, it makes
It's
sense.
an
Most of the people I
absurd
know
number.
who, you know, went to college.
It's insane. That's why trade school. Like if I were to ever go to college, I would go to trade school.
Yeah, the trade school I went to was okay. I mean, because I went to a couple different schools to try to get, you know.
But those are specific. Those are
I'm going
you
to
can
some
actually
trade
do
school.
something with the trade
Well, because I
school
went to
fucking-
college, you know, for aerospace engineering, and then minored in astrology, and
Yeah.
then later on, I didn't, obviously didn't do anything with that because you could work at the museum with that degree, which is not the aerospace engineering, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I went to trade school out in California for car stuff.
Yeah, see, but all that shit, that trade school is great and all, but it's also blue collar work. You're going to be working your ass off.
Exactly. It's a whole different type of work. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I made a lot of money. It was cheap. I mean, it was only like $15,000 for the school, but
Yeah, of
it
course.
was. But I made a shit ton of money, and dude. I mean, God, bro, that's rough.
That's blue collar work. I mean, you're making good money, but it's blue collar work. You're going to be working your ass
like
off.
Physical work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where like right now, I'm glad to be back at. Doing mental work. We're doing all the graphic design and a lot of the executive stuff here at the company.
I like the blue collar.
I like that stuff for like a hobby, right? Like working out on a car.
Yeah, see, when we get rich, I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to like put my hands on like something. I can't. I'm just gonna have to put my hands on something.
That's funny, dude.
I can't just do nothing.
That is true. That is true. Well, dude. So Sam, what is your? Do you have any thoughts on bug protein? Would you eat it if it was, made correctly?
Well, you see, that's the dilemma we have in life right now. Is pretty soon we will run out of cows and chickens and stuff like that, and we will have to start to resort to another form of protein. I mean, if you think about it, the amount of cows that we kill in a year just to provide that amount of beef or any kind of like red meat, the amount of cows that we have to kill is tremendous.
But we'd basically be doing the same thing, just on a bigger scale to crickets and grasshoppers.
Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of. So see, if you're thinking morally, right? Both of them, I think, are equally wrong. Right. I mean, if now we noticed that grasshoppers have the same nervous system as we do. So when you pull off their legs and they're freaking out, it's because they're actually in pain.
Out, yeah.
But if we're thinking sustainability, I mean, it's gonna be a while until we get people to actually go on a plant-based diet only, right? I mean, that's the end goal. Yeah. Hopefully, we can get all of the protein and all the things we need from plants, and it's a lot more sustainable. But a step in the right direction, right? We always talk about steps in the right direction. I think bug protein is the next step to get people off of it because, I mean, it's not sustainable to be killing millions and, however the number is. I don't know the exact number of cows that are being killed every year.
It's probably an absurd amount.
An absurd amount. I mean,
probably an absurd amount.
Yeah, I would assume. And
the bug protein thing isn't like a new concept. Like Asia, pretty much all of Asia like adapts like the bug protein. Like you can go to a 7-Eleven and they sell crickets and shit like in a little container. Like it's not a new thing at all.
No, it's not. I mean, I remember in middle school we were learning about it, and the teacher brought barbecue mealworm chips.
My school brought like different flavored crickets.
Oh man, that was actually good. It's not bad if you like don't think about it. It's the same way, right? Like it's the same way with eating beef. I mean, if you literally saw that cow getting killed, you might be like, I don't want to eat that.
Yeah, but we also see. I think we're different because we grew up in Colorado. We grew up camping and shit. Where I was a kid in the mountains. Where I was like, I find a fucking beetle off the fucking thing with my friends. Munch on that shit real quick. Like I've eaten bugs.
I mean, exactly. I guess it's a little different for us. That is true. So
somebody from like New York or something who's like,
I don't know, maybe not.
It depends on how you present it to them.
I think that's exactly right. If the way we present it, because I think we can present it correctly and it would work out. So Sam, you're saying you would eat it? You would eat? I would. I mean, I think I would.
I'm not saying that. I'm not necessarily saying that I wouldn't. I'm just saying that when the time comes and we do need to turn to it, I mean, it is still a very sustainable source of protein. And if you think about it, there's already plenty of countries around the world that rely on bugs anyway. Bug-based protein.
Yeah, so we're already kind of behind.
Well, what you're saying, Sam, is you want to wait till basically the cows are dead.
No,
you want to wait till like the last minute.
Until you have a reason for me to eat bug-based protein, I'm not gonna eat it. Oh,
that's what you're saying. You want to wait until
savage,
I mean, that's kind of like let's wait until the entire house is on fire before we put it out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like not just one room. The room's on fire. Fuck it. I'm gonna wait for the whole house to
All
burn
right.
to the ground, then I'm gonna put it out.
I honestly
For
feel
me
like that's how most of
personally,
America is.
it's
The
not
way saying
about.
things right now. I feel like that's how most of people are.
Of course, we'll
For
get
me
to
personally, it's not
we'll get
about
to the problem when it gets
whether.
there.
Which I
It's not
can't say I
about
blame
whether
them though, because I would
it's.
rather a fucking nice New York
I
strip
mean,
steak,
so would
bro.
I. But we always talk about that. I'd rather drive my,
Because we've
sports
already
car,
had it.
but
Like you can't.
it's
We've already had it though.
that is true. That's why, like in generations, we're gonna try to cut it out
It'd have to be, yeah.
slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Get people used to
Which
it.
honestly, what Sam was talking about might have to be like it's as sad it is.
There's
that
no
might
way
have to
we're
be the-
no, because I don't think there's ever going to be a time we actually run out of cows
No,
because
there's
the
so
way
many
they
cows and
populate them.
chickens
Well,
and
and they
lambs
make
and-
them. It's not like they're like, oh shit, we're catching these in the wild. Like they literally mass produce
Yeah.
a living creature, which is so messed up.
Yeah, of course.
Where I mean,
Exactly.
whereas
Well,
bugs are already
take a
a
look at
billion to one of humans.
You also have to think about what these manufacturers are doing to these insects to provide us with that specific thing. You got to think about what they're providing for us.
Well, that actually brings me to a good point. It's almost more humane because with a cow, you have to. I mean, have you ever seen the butcher shop? They, hang them up, they slit their throat, let the blood drain. I mean, bugs. I mean, you can actually, humanely kill them quick.
I mean, you can humanely kill like an elk, like a hunt. Like I'm Native American, so I used to go hunting with my uncle, and we used to kill an animal. We used to literally everything would. The only thing that would be left in that spot that we killed the animal was just a puddle of blood.
Right.
Everything else would be taken back with us.
Right. Of course, you can use all of it.
Yeah.
Which is how you should. That's exactly what that animal gave its life for you.
Exactly. I mean, it's like the people who get what's well done steak. Like that cow died, and you're gonna just disrespect it like that. Oh Lord.
This caveman fried that fucking thing.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up. That's hilarious.
I feel like there is a. That's where I think like if somebody wants to eat meat, I feel like you should have to go out and kill the animal yourself. Like if you want to eat meat, you want to have the balls to eat meat. I feel like you should.
I said if you want to eat meat, you better get the balls to come and kill me. You better.
You better knuck up.
I ain't going out without a fight. I mean,
No,
that is true. We should. That's how we should kill. That's how they should have to kill deer. You have to kill deer with your bare hands. To
Dude,
be able
if
to
you
kill it.
You think like it,
That would be
people
very
think
hard.
like, oh yeah, I can go kill an animal. So like until you do it, like until you take an animal's life,
It changed. Yeah, no,
It's
and
intense.
if you're taking a life still, you see this life leaving, and it's sad.
It'll
and it's,
change your fucking outlook.
Yeah,
on
you're
meat
like,
and-
oh, maybe we shouldn't be mass producing these poor animals with like
Absolutely
a consciousness and
not.
feelings for a
Absolutely
burger.
not. I understand like survival situations.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Our ancestors and shit, they had
They
to.
had to.
you know,
I
they
get
were-
it. I get that.
There
But a
wasn't
lot
nothing else
of
they
them
could do.
use a lot of plants too.
Oh yeah, of course. And they also went out and hunted. Like it wasn't. They weren't eating meat every single night. It was when they got lucky. When they were lucky on a hunt,
Yeah.
is when they ate meat.
Right.
And they would use every bit of the animal for weapons, fucking sacks, fucking everything.
Dude, I mean, that's the way it should be. Honestly, if you're gonna be killing something, you should actually be able to
of
honor
course.
that life that you took. You
Dude, how
you
much
only get to
food
be
we
on this
waste.
realm of reality once. Whether there is a heaven or a hell or whatever you believe in,
Yep.
you get to be on this 3D realm
Right
once.
now. Right now in the moment, this is your shot.
This is your shot, your one shot, your one opportunity.
Yeah, just like Eminem says.
What's the rest of that? He goes, "Are you gonna take it?
You're gonna let it slip.
Or are you gonna let it slip?" Dun 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 dun.
For real though.
That is true.
It's definitely an interesting thing to have to look.
I don't know, Sam. I think we could do it before.
I think we should
like,
do
cows
it
and
before.
shit like ghosts. No, we definitely should, but I think we're going to.
It's like electric cars, right? We go back to that. We should be definitely working towards it before the cars and the oil.
Yeah, and we are. We are.
Exactly. That's a good point. That's what I'm saying. We are doing it. So, bug protein's already coming in. I get that, but it needs to be more popular. I think. I mean, I would love to have our own company or invest in a company that does do that.
Yep. Well, I feel like once America gets its hands on it, that's when it becomes. Maybe because we're Americans, so then it becomes
Yeah,
a thing for us.
Right,
too,
I guess
but
that makes
It
sense.
seems like America is like a like a leader per se. Like a lot of people do copycat, like America. Like America adapts an idea. There's a lot of people that follow suit to America that adapt it. Not even like political, just like
I mean everything.
just people. Like
no, you're right.
People
look
up to Americans. Like, oh shit, you're like if you travel it. Oh shit, you're American?
Some places are like,
dude, that's what I'm saying. It's either people fucking love you or you're a celebrity, or they fucking hate you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You know,
100%.
You know, actually, so while you're on the phone, so you know you're into sports and stuff. Do you think sports might be faked?
Absolutely not.
I don't think there's any chance.
No chance. Not even the slightest. I mean, think about Murphy's Law. There's, you know, if it can happen, it will happen. You're telling me not even the slightest chance that some of it, maybe one game, one thing is faked at all?
The only sport in the world that could even be considered fake is the WWE.
That's not a sport.
What
bro.
in the hell, boy? What WWE? You mean the acting that they do, like the backyard pigeon boy wrestling?
That's literally theater class.
Professional wrestling is a sport. It is listed in the category of sports. That is the only sport that you can think of that could be.
I don't see no WWE person walking around with a gold medal.
Table tennis. That's a sport also as well.
I didn't see WWE in the Summer Olympics.
You know. That's funny. I didn't
think about it this way. Think about it this way. Look at it from this perspective. As a sports
bodybuilders and jumpsuits acting with each other.
As a sports lover, you want to believe that everything that is going on is not planned, but it's because the players are working hard and fighting hard to do this. Like take football.
That's like a wish. Then you're wishing that it. Like I really, because I'm investing so much time in this, and some people a lot of money.
Take football players into account for a second.
Perfect. Okay.
Football. People can argue that the NFL is rigged, but there is no chance that it's rigged because you look at these teams, you look at these players working their asses off, lifting weights and practicing and perfecting their craft. And you have to consider that them doing this, they're putting their lives on the line. Because it is a very dangerous sport to play, despite what people think.
No, you're not wrong. Hang on, Sam. You're
not wrong. So,
that can't be.
Hang on, Sam. We're gonna go to a commercial real quick. I have a lot to say on your NFL.
Yeah, we'll get right back to this.
So, guys, please hold tight for 1 second.
My alarm just pierced my brain. Sorry, folks.
Bring it on.
But hold your Sam. I'm glad you brought up the NFL.
Yeah. Okay, right after this commercial break, we'll be right back, guys.
What happened to boom bap? It seemed to fade to black. Now it's using me as a channel to move and make its way back. From the moment it laid the track beats on his back and in control. Yeah, maybe skinny, but up in the booth I'm swole. I'm him, the one, point and click, shit get done. It's like I never go to the office, I'm working remote. This is me spitting for fun, but still my verses are dope. Blessing the mic without being a rev run. It's like food coloring in Bacardi, red rum. Coming to get the instruments, now I put a hit on it from the second to write the lyric. Bop, bop, it's a dead drum. Thinking about these dumb people, now I'm petty. You said something past turning the other cheek, send shots, I'm lead dumping. Critics I know spent their life talking and said nothing. Need alone time, can feel the debt. Coming instead, y'all are getting it though. Coming to get the interest. Told you I'm going in, so put with any minute when it come to writing the metric. Get innocent, kidding me, kill. Ain't care now, the interested. Tried to wake me from dreaming. Now it's me that's pitching them. There's a serpent in the booth tonight. I'm giving it different, the gift that can tell by the way I'm ripping. Way ahead of my time, so it's no mystery. I'm distant, good, and even to me conflicted. I stay kicking it and chilling. Hearing these spirits whispering, but now I'm missing them. It's weird listening, missing deception, setting it sick and spitting infection. Going up at a beat's pocket, ain't wearing protection. Going for ghost status. See what I'm manifesting, way to the world resting on me. This man has been tested, so many people think they earned it. But how you worth respecting, look at the bridges burned behind you, then you'll finally get the lesson. And even though it's out of line, it don't need my correction. Standing firm on this truth with 10 toes, I never cower. Heard it's those that form against you who believe most in your power. Too many people.
Welcome back, guys. This is Hardcore S&D, brought to you by BG Podcast. We were just talking about if sports are faked, if it's or any slight chance that it might be faked. And we actually have one of our good friends, Sam, on the call joining us in this conversation. He thinks there's absolutely no way in hell that this can happen. I mean, me and Gage kind of disagree with him. I mean, especially with some sports like boxing. I mean, I feel like Jake Paul makes
boxing. Yeah,
boxing. I mean, it's been faked forever since the Mafia got their hands on boxing.
Look at dude, if you can fake the WWE,
dude, yeah, look how real
course you can
WWE
fake
sometimes looks. Yeah, they're hitting each other with chairs and stuff. Like, of course, especially if they get paid enough. Yeah,
I would. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you can
if
hit me
I'm
in
a
the face,
retired
I guess.
UFC fighter in some 19, 20, I forget how old Jake. He's not 19, but he's probably like our age, isn't he? Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, he's like our age. He's like almost 30, I think.
Yeah, if I'm a retired UFC fighter and some 28, 29-year-old kid comes up to me and says, "Hey, you want to make $5 million?"
Yeah.
Sure.
We just have to fight
I'm
each
retired.
other.
I don't have anything.
We just have to fight each other. You've been hit in the face. You're used to getting hit in the face. Let me, and at the very end we'll go for a while, and then I'll, knock you out, or I'll win by points.
All right, we are getting sidetracked though because we were talking about the NFL.
Oh, the NFL. Yeah, let's go back to the NFL.
It's very easily faked.
All right, so tell me an explanation why, because, I mean, I agree with you.
All right, so I can't per se give a reason why the NFL is fake, but I can give examples how, maybe. So, like, look at, like, most interviews, like, with NFL players and shit, like, most of them are, like, straight dumb, like, literally, like, stupid, like, low IQ, like, they didn't have to do anything in school, though, they're just moved up. You're good in football, you're just moved up.
You get decent grades just to pass enough.
You go to Ivy League school just on a football scholarship. You don't have to pass your school. You don't have to pass none of that shit. You're just in there, and that's what they want. And then you look at people like Russell Wilson, Peyton Manning, John Lynch, all these like super smart people that are the MVPs, the stars of the NFL. Those are the people that are the easiest. Those are the people who are in command too. A quarterback is the person who basically controls the game. He can throw a bad pass, he can throw a good pass, he can throw it right to the fucking other team.
That is
If
true.
you want to control the NFL, that's how you do it. It's through quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're the smartest people. They're the most.
There have been plenty of ways,
MVPs.
too, where people were like, you better throw this game. They've gotten in
That's
trouble
laughable. That is laughable.
How though?
That is
You can't.
I mean, what makes you think? I mean, you're telling me that you disagree that there's ever been a time that they threw the game? There's never been a time in history of NFL, because there has been, right, that they threw the game.
Or even just cheating caught.
The inflate
You're
game.
telling me. You're talking about. So you guys went ahead and took it back to college too. You're telling me.
I didn't say college. I just said football in general.
You're telling me that the sport of football is basically a mockery.
It's not a mockery. It's just making people rich. It's planned.
I mean, that was kind of the point of the sport, right?
It's a play-by-play.
Making money isn't always planned.
No, but it's
This is a
it's
job.
source of entertainment.
This is a job that just so happens to be a sport. This is their lifestyle. This is what they do for a living. They work their asses off in college, not only in the classroom, but on the field and off the field, to get to the point that they are at in their lives.
Some of them, yes.
A lot of
The
people
stars.
who play football dream of playing in the NFL, but not everybody gets there. The reason not everybody gets there, talent.
I'm
This
not
takes
disputing the
talent and skill.
talent factor. Talent has nothing to do with it being faked. That helps you. That helps it being fake, because then they have the skill to actually fake it.
To be able to throw the game easier, yeah.
Because if a person has a skill to hit me in the chest with a football 9 out of 10 times, he has the skill to barely miss it 9 out of 10 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nate, you said that there was a game in the history of the NFL that was thrown. What game are you referring to?
Talking about the Patriots, and the Patriots have done some shady shit.
Yeah, it is true. They are.
And they're just the only ones to get caught.
The only shady shit.
They're the only ones to get
Patriots
caught.
have done.
If the Patriots are doing it, there's 32 other NFL teams. I guarantee at least one other team is doing the same shit.
Just look at that.
The only reason that the Patriots were doing shady shit is because Tom Brady deflated the footballs to make it easier to grab on the snap.
No.
That's called
No.
cheating. That's not
Dude,
faking.
the Patriots management staff got caught at other people's practices filming their practice.
Which then I guess that would.
That wasn't Tom Brady.
So, well, even then, okay. So that actually does get a good point for Sam then, right? Because if there's so much cheating, why would they need to cheat if it's fake?
Because it's drama. It stirred up a whole bunch of drama. Patriots still won. It didn't affect the Patriots.
That's you're right. I think all that shit's honestly just to keep football interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think all the cheating scandals are faked as well.
They still won the Super Bowl that year.
I honestly think all the cheating scandals are fake. Yes, you're probably right.
It's all show. It's all entertainment. It's all entertainment.
Yeah, I would love someone's opinion. So, if you ever want to reach out to us, give us your opinion. Make sure you reach out to us on the new website, blisscompany.org, or you can email me at andrew@blissgaming.org. And if you have something to tell us, you have a side on anything we talk about, please feel free to reach out and we'll bring you on the show.
Yep.
So Sam, your only debate is if, because they're working hard, or it looks like they're working hard, that it must never been faked ever.
Let me chime in real quick.
Go ahead.
Why would the owners of these teams, there's 32 NFL teams, why would the owners of these teams, literal billionaires, give up money to people just so they can be professional actors? Because what you're claiming,
I would.
What you're claiming,
why not?
What you're claiming is that all sports are faked, which means that basically all athletes are just professional actors.
You realize
the
owners of these teams make tenfold what they're paying their players.
Yeah, and plus and I understand what you're Sam. I understand what you're saying. You're basically saying that we're thinking that this whole thing is rigged, right? Each player has an acting part. No. We're not doing that. Whereas these people, a lot of the, maybe some of the people who aren't so bright and they literally have low positions, right? Just like any job. They don't know what's going on. They're just doing their part, right?
They're there to play ball.
They're just there to play ball. The guys who are in charge, who are like the quarterbacks who can make or break the play,
or the wide receivers,
are the ones
like the intelligent ones.
The ones that are used as like the actual puppets to control the rest of the sheep.
Exactly.
Claiming that sports are faked is, like I said, claiming like all athletes are actors, because in order to fake something,
I just clarified.
Just went from step to step.
I'm saying, so like the centers, most centers are not very intelligent people. I'm going to be honest with you. But if you look at the person behind the center, the quarterback, that's the man that controls the game. That's the man who's intelligent half the time. The star of the NFL is half the time a quarterback. They're the one doing the interviews. They're the one doing the Papa John commercials. They're the one doing the fucking car commercials. They're the ones doing the fucking everything publicity.
I take offense to the fact that you think
they're the actors.
Smart, considering that I'm a center myself.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
You're not part of the NFL.
You're not part of the NFL, and there's.
No, I'm not a part of the NFL, but all of these people.
I don't mean like every center of the NFL is stupid, but I'm saying like most of the players who are not quarterbacks
are not part of the whole big plan.
They're not part of the big plan, exactly.
They're there to play ball. At some extent, these people are actually there playing football, right?
Yeah, most of them are. Most of them are there just playing football. They're just there playing ball.
Right.
What they were trained to do from the basic time they were born.
Now,
just play ball.
What the other people who are in charge, quarterbacks, wide receivers, the VIPs, coaches, the owners, they have it where it's somewhat planned. I mean, because I feel like statistically, it's almost impossible that not every team has won. It's kind of fucking weird, right? But
it's almost half. There's 12 teams that have not won the Super Bowl. There's 32 teams total in the league.
Yeah, almost half. And it's the teams that do win are the biggest money providers.
Well, yeah, if you look at the teams who have not won the Super Bowl, they're the brokest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Exactly.
All of those teams have the brokest. They're the brokest in the league. They don't have the biggest stadiums. They don't have the biggest nothing.
Yeah, I'm saying. So the more money that brings in, the more likely your team is going to win.
Yeah, of course. Of course, the Broncos.
I mean, the only time we all give a shit that the Broncos win is when they win the Super Bowl. We're like, Broncos! I mean, I was down there, downtown cheering. I mean, same with NHL. I mean, you like it, but I don't give a shit. But when Colorado wins, you're like,
yeah, of course.
yeah!
You're there.
All of a sudden, wearing my Bronco jersey. It says Sanders on it.
Yeah,
It's fucking dope.
you're there. You're in that shit. That's cool.
Right.
But that goes all with the entertainment thing. The same as when you go see a band or a movie or it's all entertainment.
I agree.
It's the whole purpose
It
of it.
might.
Is entertainment. If it's not entertaining.
It might be a form of entertainment, but what I'm telling you guys is, despite the quarterback being a key part in the offense, being one of the key people, being the guy that's calling the plays, being the guy that's actively making these plays come to life, that does not mean that the sport is rigged. Because if you take a look at it for a second and think, how could they rig this? How could they possibly make this seem like it's fake? Some people say the coaches are telling the quarterback in his helmet to throw an interception. Some people say that they're giving calls. Some people say the headsets connect the head coaches on the other sidelines, and they talk about what's going to happen and when. But that's not the case.
How do you know that?
You just
Having
explained my
worn-
whole thing. I'm trying to prove.
Having worn one of those,
They might say
Having
all that
worn-
was enough proof. It's
You
hilarious.
explained it better than I did.
having worn one of those helmets myself, and
In the
knowing
NFL?
how it sounds to be communicated,
You've
I've
worn an NFL helmet
before. I have. I
With the
it's at
mic?
Pro Football Hall of Fame
with
in
a mic.
Canton, Ohio. It's at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
With a mic.
There's a headset inside of the quarterback's helmet. He
Mhm.
gets the call from the coach over the mic, and then the coach.
So how do you? What's
Then the
not to say
quarterback-
you changed the frequencies and you got everybody on the field?
Not everybody on the
There's
field,
only
because
one-
then it goes back to that being-
Anybody. I meant to say anybody, not everybody.
No.
Anybody on the field.
You probably just have different
There
channels
is
on a
only one
walkie-talkie.
helmet. There is only one helmet with a built-in headset. and
Yeah,
is
that
the
you know.
quarterback's
You're not down. You've never gone to a live NFL game and went down like, take off your helmet, boys. I'm checking this shit. Who's got mics? Who's got what? Where's this going?
The only person on the field wearing a helmet with a headset built into it is the quarterback, and the
Is
NFL
what
has
you're told.
specific rules put in place, so that is the case.
Is what you're told. Right?
No, it's
You've
in the
never,
rules.
You've never yeah, but you've never confirmed that yourself, right? I don't care if it's in the rules. It's also in the rules. Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. That's all the rule is.
You gotta say-
Don't
you gotta say-
cheat. That's
If
the
the
only
NFL,
rule.
if the NFL were to supply every single player on every 32 team,
No, we're not saying
every
that. We're gonna go
single-
back
That's
to
what
being
I'm
a
saying.
dead horse.
We're not talking about every single.
no,
not
no,
doing
no,
it.
no, 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 no. If the NFL were to give every single player a helmet with a built-in mic, with a built-in headset, not only would it cost the company
Let's keep it
billions,
running.
but it would be almost impossible to upkeep these helmets, because these helmets, again, are very expensive for the company to buy.
Dude, how
Okay,
much? All right, let's
okay,
look
that's-
up. Let's look up how
all
much the
down
NFL
in the
commission
head-
is
But that-
worth.
Okay. Well, besides that, man, I do understand. I understand where you're coming from, and I totally understand why some people would totally believe that, and I understand why some people would totally believe that it is faked. I completely see both sides. You know, at the end of the day, we might all never know unless we go to the NFL ourselves, and we're a big part of it. But
7.6 billion.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, they're making a lot of money, but no, we appreciate your
Oh, no.
thoughts, bro. I know we're about to get to that next section, but
The
yeah,
NFL
man.
is actually worth 132 billion.
NFL? Oh yeah, no, of course, bro. That's why taxes go towards.
They can afford to upkeep
Oh, yeah,
some
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
Better than
mics
I
and
But
some helmets.
that's besides the point. Here, or there, we might never know.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you inviting me on. And,
Of course,
uh,
bro. We love you, Sam.
like I said, football is a very touchy subject for me, considering
We love
one,
it,
I
bro.
play
it's
it,
all
and
debate.
two,
It's
I
all
do.
love.
That's why it's all love, baby.
love.
It's all love. We don't give a shit either way, you know.
It's a very touchy subject, considering I not only play it, but I do analytics for it. So it's one of those things that
That's why we
when
got you on
somebody-
here.
That's why we had to bring you on here
That's
to
why
ask
we
your
got you
opinion
on
on
here.
it, buddy. But all
if you
right,
look
man.
at the latest, if you look at the latest analytics from the NFL, you'd be surprised on how much of this game is based on time of possession.
Well,
But
see
I
that.
appreciate you guys having me on. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah,
That's another,
yes, it is,
yeah, that's
Sam.
another day.
Yes,
All right,
it
guys,
is.
we'll be right back after these messages. We'll be talking a lot more crazier stuff like we do. Ooh, stay tuned. Love y'all.
This song here, there's no really good explanation for it. I just had Jim Beam in my truck console and had a shotgun in the back seat, and that's how this song started. I got Jim Beam in the console. I got a shotgun. I got 23 dollars I stole from that gas station. Got 2 liters Coca-Cola. I got a gram of cocaine. I gotta get out of Pensacola to somewhere I ain't got a name. 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 Somewhere I ain't got.
All right, everybody, we are back. We appreciate Sam for stopping in. Remember, he's the host of Hobos on the Roof.
Yeah, it's always fun to get him riled up.
I know, he's a funny guy. I love that dude. All right, man, so we got a lot more stuff just to talk about. We got some cool stuff. Man, first on the list, actually, you know what? I guess I'm going to skip it. I'm actually interested of your conversation about mole people being underground.
Mole people.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, and it like had me thinking that, I mean, that's super weird, right? I mean, because if you look up mole people, it's just the people who live in the tunnels, and there's like full societies and the
See, I didn't even know about the mole people like theory until you brought it. Like the first I've heard of mole people like yesterday when we talked about it. I thought you were talking about the people in Vegas, which
Oh yeah.
I watched like a documentary of the people in Vegas, which like brought me the idea.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit! And that movie 400 Days kind of
400
definitely
days,
like
too. Yeah,
mainly
can
sparked
we
the
live
idea. But like,
underground?
shit, like would we be able to live like underground?
Dude,
No sun, no
I know.
outdoors.
Do you think? I don't know. I mean,
I feel like you'd go fucking crazy.
and if those who don't know, mole people, look it up. It's where it's like a subterranean human. I mean, it's just kind of like how my theory on mermaids, where I don't believe a mermaid would actually kind of look like Ariel from Little Mermaid, but I think some type of primate had probably made its way into the sea, like
Yeah.
other ones, other mammals like whales. I mean, even polar bears are now aquatic, half aquatic, because they can hold their breath for longest periods of
Yeah,
time.
polar bears are crazy.
So, but it's the same thing. Do you think that because it's hard to think, you have to think of like actual evolution. Back when, before we started becoming Homo sapien, is when things were still going to different species.
Yeah.
So, one of them living
Splitting off.
underground. I mean, they just found that fucking hole in China. That's like miles down. They
There-
found trees. We're finding all this new stuff
That's
that
what
was
I'm
never
saying. I
existed.
think there
Like,
is an
I
actual
honestly
civilization
do.
underground.
I don't know if it's a full civilization like ours.
I think it is. I think that's where the Mayans and shit went. I think that's
I don't know.
all the civilizations that just disappeared.
I mean, do you think
like that.
I don't know. Do you think like
Makes
a
a lot more
society like
sense.
ours where there's like,
No, I think it's way more advanced.
you think it's advanced?
Yeah.
I think it's more of kind of
They're extra.
the dream we think about where it's a community, right? A commune where everyone
is.
has
Of course it
everyone
is.
pitches, everyone has a part. You do your thing. You're doing what
course
you're
it is.
good at, and that's our dream, right? What we want.
I watched this thing and it made so much fucking sense. I can't like quote it word on word, but it was like extra extra terra, which means like extra land, like on Earth basically.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like think of extraterrestrial, it's extra terra. So they're extraterrestrials are actually the people that live underground.
And so, I mean, back to your point, do you think we can live underground? I think we could. I think we couldn't get, as our society, because it depends on now. Like, if you're saying, hey, we're locking everybody up underground right now, I think there'd be major problems because everyone's so used to the blue sky. I mean, I know you've mentioned it before, the COVID thing, right, where everyone was already going stir crazy. But I think it's because the society we live in, we're so used to the freedom, right? It's like a bird not be able to fly again. We're not, we're fine not flying every day. But if you were a bird, not flying might be the most detrimental thing in the world. So
That's what I'm saying.
I think, could we survive? Yes. Like bunkers, right? I mean, people lived in submarines for long periods of time.
I don't know.
I think we could. I think that'd be major problems. I think most people, or at least half, would have serious issues with depression and going crazy, and then possibly harming themselves or other people, for sure. But could we? I mean, humans are resilient, dude.
See, I think the people who were born in the bunkers, they would just have to survive the fucking absolute anarchy of. Because I don't know about you would like to think you would be able to, but like think about like living in a like especially at our age, like if we were to go down, then we have 50 years to live in this fucking bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Can never go outside again. We'll never see sunlight again. You can never feeling of grass.
And that's why I'm going back to the society thing. Like, so, I mean, honestly, like space, or kind of like the futuristic apartment building we want to build in the future, where it has a grocery store, mailroom. Everyone who lives in this building has jobs in this building. It's a fully sustainable building, right? I honestly think that you could. I mean, especially with activities. I mean, a lot of people who play video games. I mean, there's been times we didn't see the sun for a little bit. I don't understand like the thought of it, but I think you could get used to it, especially keeping yourself entertained. If we made a society like we have here, I think you could do it. Especially, 100%.
You think so? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It also depends how you split people, though, because people are going to go fucking insane. Some people are going to go absolutely...
That would be a problem,
crazy.
And that's the problem with the whole community thing right now, and why socialism doesn't work on the bigger scale, because there's just some people, God or forbid or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always some bad person, right, or a crazy person. So that's why it's better to make communes where you make your own society, you have your own society, you have your own rules. You know what I'm saying? Like our rules in our house might not work in someone else's house.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean...
You better pick carefully, though, because then... What if you pick the wrong person? Next thing you're locked in this fucking...
bunker forever. Right. But at the same time, that's why, I mean...
Why'd you say it like that?
Same time. Back to the original, if we could do it, I think we could do it. But yes, going to it, I mean, that's a good point, though. I mean, to the next subject, I mean... Do you think living like that could work? I mean, because if we could survive, yes. Right?
That's what. We'd definitely be able to survive, but I don't think we'd function as like a civilization.
You don't think we would? Now. I mean, obviously, living in prosperity and in,
I don't think there would.
A good life.
Shit smeared on the walls, there'd be people fucking.
Dude, no, God, no.
Maybe not the first couple of years.
Bro,
First couple of years it probably seemed like paradise.
I mean, honestly, the problem though, it might become like a jail. Honestly, that's what it'd become like.
Well, there's gonna
prison
have to
where
be
there's gonna
somebody
be groups
that regulates shit. There's
well,
gonna have to be
no,
somebody
not
that
even that,
shit.
not even that. But yes, you would have to. But even then, it's gonna become like it normally does. Even if you split a classroom up or anything, there's groups. There's cliques. There's drama between cliques.
Oh,
I mean, even in our own company that we've seen it, there's been like weird, arguments between these two people, and now all of a sudden this group hates them. We're like, we see this whole society that we made within our, group, and it's bound to happen.
Imagine the Bliss cult just underground, just trapped underground.
Right,
with each other.
but I think honestly, if you have good leaders, I honestly think you can do it, 100%. I just think there's not good enough leaders. A lot of leaders are about power. You know, even Jails Warden has, you know, he's just making a paycheck,
Right,
or it's
all
about
power
power,
trip, of course, yeah.
or you know. So it's all about the leaders. Honestly, I really think so. The way you talk to people, and if you have a good leader, and that's part of that being a good leader, knowing how to talk to somebody, knowing,
Yeah,
you know,
you might be right.
because I mean, over the years, we've made a pretty big community in its own society, right? I mean,
That's true.
these people all around the world talk to each other every single day, and there's drama sometimes. You know, some people leave and they come back, and it's bound to happen. Human beings, it's just
Of course, yeah.
But
of course.
there's never been a time where it destroyed anything and ever hurt anybody.
See,
I mean,
that's the thing though, because people are free to go and come as they please. If you're in a fucking underground bunker,
that's
you
true.
got nowhere to
But
go.
that's what I'm saying. That's why with the bunker depends on the bunker, right? If you were living in prosperity, like it looked like you were kind of living in Dave and Buster's, right? Would it be
No, see,
terrible?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like
I mean,
nitty gritty, just like storage
everyone
container,
like in the
just
world.
like your
well,
when you envision like a survival prepper bunker.
and that's another thing, right? that goes to that's a whole different subject. That comes to picking and choosing, which would be pretty fucking easy.
Well, yeah.
That would be like our best of our best, our executives, the people who are, you know, the smartest people we know, right? We're all very intelligent people, you know, and our group is some of the smartest people we've ever met. So of course,
true.
that's a strong society. That's the society I would
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
You know, of course, we wouldn't pick anybody who's, you know, there's what over 1,000 people just in Discord to talk every day, and there's no way we'd bring every single person. We don't know every single person.
I wouldn't be there.
Yeah, exactly.
I
No.
wouldn't be staying with y'all.
No.
Hell no.
No, that's way too many people. You don't know anybody until you like know them.
Yeah,
Like our
exactly.
executive team, we all know each other very well.
Yeah.
Right? Like we
With
know
them.
what kind of person you are. We've literally seen every single person in the executive at their lowest point and at their highest point.
Yeah, for real though.
So like we know that
That's
person.
why you get to know somebody once you see them at their lowest.
Yeah,
That's when you get to know somebody.
that is true, dude. But yeah, no, I think people could. But this is another thing too. So we might have to do that if there's a World War III. Do you think there will be a World War III?
I don't see. That's the scary thing. I hope to God not, because there's only one option for a World War III,
And it's nukes, and I think
and
that's,
nobody wins, and everyone knows that. See, that's the other thing about the living underground. The thing about these rich motherfuckers right now, the elite of the elite, they don't want to live underground.
no, and that's what I'm saying.
It's never going to be a World War III.
Yeah,
They don't want to live underground.
And it's the same reason why people are like, I mean, there is some type of population control, but they're not killing mass people because guess
No.
what? They need the ants. If there's not enough ants, the grasshoppers actually have to work. Why would they do that?
War's all drama. It's all just
drama,
To
it's
keep
like-
that
Yeah.
that figure, like the 1950s America, where we were like the
I mean,
big,
like, what-
strong bullies.
What population control is probably like the food that give
It is
us
the
that has
food.
poison, and then we have to go get medicine to cure that poison,
See?
which causes even more poison. I mean,
That's the biggest thing, because it's not all these conspiracy theorists where it's like, oh, like the COVID was like sparked the whole fucking like
right.
conspiracy theory thing, or like that's the population control. It's the food you're eating.
Dude,
it's the fucking
The shit you're ingesting.
Everything.
I mean, think about
Everything.
it. Population control. I mean, when you're listening, because we love our, nitty gritty sad music, but dude, I mean, it's almost unhealthy to listen to it a lot.
Oh,
And
yeah,
what
of
you're
course it
ingesting,
is.
whether it's ingesting, drinking soda, poison. So are you eating fast food? Poison.
Yeah.
Are you watching something that
yeah,
literally
you can
changes
poison
your
mind
brainwaves?
just like you
I
can
mean,
poison your body.
Even today when we were listening to that music, I was like, yo, can you change this one song? I mean, literally instantly vibes. I mean, your brainwaves just go zzz,
Yeah.
and like you have these brainwaves, and I
That's why
swear,
music is strong. See,
strong.
that's why I feel like the humans are special though too, is because we have music.
Music, man. That
We
see-
have music. That's
see,
what
that's a-
makes us fucking
do you,
special.
Do you
I think.
and I think so. I think they would. But do you think aliens have music, or is it
Yeah,
special to
yeah.
us? I don't think, because everything's a vibration, right? Vibration in the earth, vibration of this, and I think music is vibration. So when you hit that C, it's like,
Yeah.
and you sometimes when you do that when you're meditating, you can feel it, like you can almost feel it in your third eye and everything. So I mean, I think that's what music actually is, just vibrations that sound good together.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at like humans too. Like the music is it's like a bilingual thing. Like
That is
everyone
true.
understands music. Like
Yeah, even if you've never
you can
spoke.
bond over music. Like it doesn't matter what language you speak, what race you are. I mean,
Yeah,
you have that connection
that's
over
beautiful.
music.
That is sick. That is actually really cool. I didn't really think about that. That's actually really
Music's
cool.
a weird thing. Like, dude, I think about music all.
Dude,
like, it's a weird thing.
I love
like,
music,
music's
bro.
A weird
I've been playing
thing
music
when you
since
think
I was
about
a
it.
little kid, 5 years old.
Just noises that like make
love
you
it.
fucking.
And then
change your
playing it,
whole
you can like
fucking-
feel it. Like I love music, bro. That's my thing. I mean, and now I'm glad I'm back in the office where I have my headphones in for 8 hours a day. and
Yeah,
it's
see, I don't
just
know what I would do without music.
Beautiful, bro.
Life would be so boring without music. Imagine life without music.
I can't.
It
First
would
thing
be
I do, I wake up,
so
have music. In
boring.
the shower, have music. While I'm making breakfast and coffee, music.
It'd be so
Driving to
boring,
work, music.
bro.
Dude, I can't.
From the beginning of time, dude, that's what humans do. Is we make music. It's always been music.
Yeah, it's always been
Always.
music. I mean, remember when I forgot, I think I was in like 5th grade when the National Geographic came out where they found the flute from like prehistoric times.
That's what I'm saying. Like the oldest instruments
Yeah,
have
like
been
that's
have
so cool.
been
dude.
musical
Oh,
instruments.
Yeah. That's so cool. So that makes sense though.
I feel like that's what makes us different. I feel like I'm not too sure what the fuck we are, but we're definitely different, and music's definitely one way to fucking prove it.
That's hilarious. And I think we got a little off track. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
we
We always do
forgot
that.
what the fuck
We were
were
talking about World War
about.
Three,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I don't think World War
Three
Three would ever happen. I know.
No.
I don't think it will happen, honestly, because it's too stupid. Everyone has nukes. Everyone, it's just a scare.
The
But
rich don't want to live underground.
which is funny though, because it's kind of scary that they're coming out with. Have you heard of the Agenda 2030? That's what I was telling you about. This is so weird. It's
I think I remember you telling me something, but I can't remember exactly what it is.
Dude, okay,
I remember
let me-
there was one part of the article that was really fucking scary. It was like,
oh, we
we'll
will do
fucking
anything to make sure this
yeah,
goal happens. I'm
yeah.
like, oh Lord, yeah. The United Nations, the agenda is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen the universal peace and larger freedom, which
See,
means
the universal.
that's what makes me think that they're
That's
actually going to come out with
weird.
aliens, bro. I'm telling you, that's when this is what my theory is, and I honestly, I had a dream about this when I was a kid, and I honestly think this is going to come true. I think whether it be fake, I honestly think it might be fake. They're going to fake an alien attack. So instead of us versus Iran, it's the whole world versus them. So it's a new way to make a new world order because why America, Mexico? No. It's Earth, baby.
It's gonna be the
We're on
only
a
way
bigger
they can
scale.
do it.
We're not, it's not these little countries anymore. It's Earth, Mars, your other planets. Like that's kind of cool, honestly. Kind of scary, but kind of cool.
I mean,
But
it
I'm
doesn't
hoping,
matter.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's not fake, but I've always thought that they were going to fake it. But I really hope not. That'd be kind of sick if they were like, actually, no, it's time. Human beings,
I mean, look at everything. Like even like video games.
the space
and
guild.
shit,
Like, what if we weren't what if we're missing out and weren't like the aliens? Like, we have to come back. You guys aren't ready. You guys are basically
no, hell
primitive.
No, we're not ready.
And then,
Hell no.
what if we are getting to that point where we're starting to make the agenda, make sure people live and prosper? Because that's where they look at space. I'm sure, think about it. Your planet is like animals. You find over natural resources on your own planet, right? You ingest poison, you give each other poison, you kill each other. No one's getting, taken care of, so universal health care, dude, no, what?
I believe there's
the
a
hell?
galactic
Me too.
federation out
Me
there.
too,
That's
100%.
There
100%.
has to be. As big as the universe is, there has to be people way more intelligent
Yeah.
than us and way below us.
Oh, of course.
There
And
has to be.
I mean, it's
There
just
has to
like
be
Mars.
something that regulates
We
that.
found those microorganisms, and we, no one will go over there. We want to make sure they evolve by themselves, and I think that's what they basically with us.
Yeah, they're just watching us.
Um,
They're literally just watching us. If we get invaded by aliens in our lifetime, it's definitely fake.
No, I think it's fake yet. Okay, so this was the 2030. Remember, people, we are determined to end poverty and hunger. Okay, planet, we are determined to protect the planet from degradation, including through sustainable consumption. Okay. Prosperity, we are determined to ensure that all human beings can enjoy a prosperous and fulfilling life. We are determined to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. And then partnership. This is where it got kind of scary. We are determined to mobilize the means required to implement this agenda through a revitalized global partnership for sustainable development. But if you doesn't sound to everyone until you really break down. We are determined to mobilize the means required.
Oh yeah.
to implement, like whether you're gonna do it
So
or
a
not.
one nation army that'll come to your fucking doorstep and.
I mean, hopefully it's good. Probably never is, but
So, like,
you never know.
That's where the main population control is going to come from, because once the fucking, especially America, like, we're all about our fucking Second Amendment. My gun, I stand with it. I got my guns. I fucking. That's
Yeah.
We're not just gonna give our fucking guns away. We're definitely gonna fight. And there's gonna be a lot of people that die.
And I don't think they're gonna do that, because why do that? Why piss off the people? Because it's like we're actually feeding them. Don't they know not to bite? Like they know when to do it. Because trust me, like they know. There's 99 to 1 to us of them.
I guess with your alien theory, I guess that would make a lot more sense, because that would unite us as a one nation army, and then all of a sudden the fucking.
They don't even have to take your guns. Why would they take your guns?
Sure, you'd be fighting aliens.
Be fine, help. Either you out there, you're thinking you're gonna like make the gun sales even go higher. Better protect your home from the aliens.
Yeah, it would.
And honestly, like, but it's easier to just keep us all on one team and keep us all, riled up and hating something else instead of looking inward and be like, yo, something will be bad.
Hopefully it's, I don't know, hopefully we're not that dumb as like a people to let. I don't know, it's fucking hard, man.
I
don't think so.
I think so.
Maybe. It'd be fucking hard. Maybe not, though, because we've been testing, like, weird aircraft and shit like that since, like, the 1950s.
I don't know. I think that's what World War III will be. It's actually, like, War of the World.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be easy to fake, I guess. And especially, like, the past couple of years, the government obviously, like, came out with, like, the UFO documents and shit, like, claiming UFOs were real and...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
That's right. That was kind of weird.
And that like,
was definitely weird.
Astral projection is real, which I already knew, but a lot of people always told me just my imagination was, but I knew astral projection was real and that we're just a hologram of something else. And it's like, well, that makes sense. It goes back to our dimensions thing, right? Like, remember, we were talking about if ghosts were real, but it's different dimensions. We think, I honestly, that's what I believe.
I don't know. I don't. It might be. I think some ghosts you through different dimensions. I think it could be a lot of things though. Who fucking knows? Because when you die, I believe it's a fucking major impact of energy that just fucking happens right there. Your energy is just transferred because there's a lot of energy keeping you fucking going.
Of course.
A lot of energy.
But I just don't think there's like a stamp like there is. I mean, I think maybe because time is kind of linear that time gets crunched. And you can see things in other timelines, and that's almost like a hologram. You almost see something, because we're just holograms, right? Of another dimension, right? We're just a shadow. A second dimension is the shadow of a third dimension. We're just the shadow of a fourth dimension. So maybe it's just like that, where we're seeing a shadow.
That's good. So your theory almost like one of us are walking through the kitchen, and like somebody in like an alternate dimension will be like,
yeah,
the shit will glitch, and they'll see us walking,
and it looks like we're the ghosts. Kitchen. Yeah. Like futuristic people, like, oh shit, like what the hell? You see those people?
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, because it's kind of that's what I believe, honestly.
I don't know. There's weird shit.
Nikola Tesla and Einstein both talk about that, about time being like that, and that's what we see when we see weird stuff.
I've seen some weird shit.
Oh, trust me, I've seen some weird shit too, but I don't know. I mean, that's why I think it's almost. I don't know. A lot of it is. I don't know. Electromagnetism or something.
I don't know, bro. My buddy Derek Hooker, he had this old ass house like out by Red Rocks. It was like Sims and 285. I don't know if you know where that is. Mm-hmm. Sims and 285 was like right there. It was like up on the hill. It was like the old style ranch.
Yeah, my buddy lived
in old ass house. Like in his bedroom, there was locks on the outside, and there was like girl stickers on the inside, and like scratches all along the door and shit. But like his dog Allie would have a tennis ball, bring it up the stairs. She would run down. The ball would sit there and it would roll down. She would pick the ball up, go set it down, run down the stairs. The ball would. Down the stairs. You would, if I were to go set the ball up at the top of the stairs and run down to the bottom of the stairs, that ball ain't fucking moving.
That is interesting. I mean that's an actually that's what we're gonna talk about next time, our next podcast, because I actually have to show you this book about how a lot of things, even animals, can actually like bend its reality and stuff. You know,
Oh yeah, of course.
like
yeah.
when you're
You
like
think
thinking of
about it.
thinking of a song and the song comes on, or you know when you're like the green light just you can just snap and the green light goes, or you know but that's a good conversation for next time. I mean, I know we're getting close to the point, the ending. So I mean, we want to wrap it up.
Yeah, we can.
I love talking about ghosts, so but we'll talk about more ghosts next time. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
we'll do.
I'm down.
Yeah, remember guys, if you guys have any comments or, you know, things that you think we should talk about, make sure you hit us up. That'd be awesome. And go check out blisscompany.org. You can find all of the cool stuff that's happening lately. Remember, this is Hardcore S&D, brought to you by BG Podcast. I'm your host, Saint.
I'm Dangle. Don't forget to use the code SAND. Get them sand in your shorts. Get them retros on.
By the way, we do not put sand in your shorts. Don't
If you
listen
buy
to him.
merch, I will personally put sand in your shorts.
Please don't. All right, guys. I hate to say goodbye, so I'll say au revoir. Peace.
Adios, mi amigos.